But after a while, you learn how to read the maps even without thinking about that. But for me, my brain mixes all of them together because I'm trying to like actively think about it so I can mention it. And this is level 3, so it's always going to be upright. Because he always has to have a room with the same kind of exit structure. There's you dead. Grab that. And out we go. And that totally grabbed a bunch of stats from us.
Hello.
So let's see what all it had on it. That has faster cast rate. It's got 10% mana steal. Enhanced defense is fine that we got rid of. That plus 15% on 4 maximum resistance is kind of irritates me. I would love those on a different thing. So Staff of Kings is going to have really good stats, but we can't hide it. We're going to lose it regardless. Probably possible to like dupe it or something, but I'm not going to do that. It's not worth that kind of trouble. So that's the exit, so we need to go this way? Map-wise, let's see. Yeah, the exit is just over there. And with Vigor, we're pretty happy here. We can just kind of zip through stuff. Not have to worry about anything. And frankly, I really don't think we have anything to worry about in normal at all. Just because of the sheer amount of damage we do and the fact that, yeah, the randomizer has been generous so far. I have a feeling we are going to struggle in hell difficulty, and that's part of the reason why I said I am going to be going Zeal. It forces me to interact with that difficulty. Whereas if I wasn't, I could just do Blessed Hammer, load up on plus skills, and not have to worry about anything. Because guess what? Nothing would really be able to stop me. So do we want to get the waypoint? Nah, because we're not saving this character for anything, really. And I don't think we're going to die. If I thought we had a risk of dying, yeah, then I would consider it. And yes, I know where the stairs are. I'm just checking around here to make sure that we don't have our exit to this place over here. I don't think we can. There's a slim chance. Oh, we did get the waypoint anyway. Change your weapons for a Malice now. Malice in Nightmare. Depends on what kind of build you're going for. It is a very useful weapon. Do have to watch your life on it, though, because it does have life drain. So just get like a ring with some replenished life on it and you'll be fine. Or a belt. Anything with enough replenished life to counter the drain life. Which, funnily enough, use the same thing in the code. One's just negative, one's positive. But, it should work fine. The trick some speedrunners use, by the way, does use Malice, and then they use... It's for the Barbarian runs. They use Malice, and then they use a poison weapon, which is usually... They do Malice and a flail, and then they do a 3-towel flail to add poison damage. So you have bleed and poison on a single target to just kind of drain them down over time. But bleed is a very powerful weapon. Very powerful thing to have. I almost called bleed a weapon. It's not. There is no bleed weapon. There's just weapons that have bleed. But yeah, bleed, really powerful, especially against bosses. But for a Paladin in Nightmare, if you're using Zeal, Malice is okay. It pretty much you can guarantee you're going to get bleed on something. That way, you're just still damaging it even after you leave it alone. Which, for the most part, if you're having trouble hitting like Bale and stuff like that, because they're super high level, and level is a major impact on your chance to hit, bleed becomes even more useful. Because you may be whiffing 5 out of 6 attacks, but if you have bleed on them, you're constantly doing damage, and anything you hit on top of that is just gravy. So you don't have to worry about sitting there doing no damage for 5 minutes straight. Like certain builds have to. Ah! That said, probably the easiest Paladin build in Hell difficulty, and some people will argue with me. Some people are going to say, you're wrong. It's not the easiest. It sucks, is Smite. It sucks at dealing with dealing with groups, but single target, it just rips everything to pieces because it can't miss. Poison Nova when struck, and Nova when you level up. Fire damage, not really worth it, honestly. I like my +1 all skills and ignore target defense. And you may notice, even though I have ignore target defense, I won't always hit. That's because it literally just ignores defense. It doesn't ignore level. That's another important thing to remember. Ignore target defense does not mean that you will always hit. And ignore target defense doesn't actually work on bosses properly. Well, it works properly. It doesn't work on them like you would think. Like, it doesn't ignore Baal or Diablo's defense, because, yeah, you get a penalty for that. Whereas the percent ones do work on them. Just slightly different. Ah! We're having trouble murdering all the things. Wow, we are casting all kinds of spells on these guys, too. I don't even know how many on-cast curses I have. I mean, on-attack curses I have.
It's locked.
And no, I'm not picking up charms because I found out last time that they don't do anything for me. We'll get enough of decent stuff without that. So let's go ahead and drop in here. And just take our chill way through normal. This should be the stairs. I think this is gonna... It's either stairs or complete dead end. Yeah, it's stairs. The way I was like, this is probably stairs because it has the road in it. But you can use Malice all the way into Hell difficulty, if you're curious. It's just a matter of how fast you want to go and what you're used to. I personally would recommend upgrading before Hell difficulty, especially for a casual playthrough, because you'll have plenty of levels and plenty of stats to wear better. But as soon as... seriously, I would actually, since you said Mephisto's easy for you, farm him. Get some magic find. You keep all the charms and items that gives you a buff in your inventory, yeah. In vanilla Diablo 2, that's a good one. Yeah, frankly, something is better than nothing, especially whenever you're starting out. The only reason I'm not going for charms right now is just because it's not going to do anything for me. Now we're getting all the assassin boosting items. I knew that was going to happen. Seriously, game. Game doesn't like me. Game gives me +3 assassin right off the bat. And +2 on a falchion. Nice resistances on it, though. That might be clutch later on. Poison Nova when struck. Let's see, weaken, some enhanced damage. Does this actually have enhanced damage on it? Probably. Oh, it does. Has freezes target. And it has all resistances 8. Sure, we'll go for that. We're not going to keep that. We're just kind of messing around, trying out different things. So didn't we have something that had Holy Freeze on it too? Oh no, we got rid of it. It was the Axe of Ekmar. If you're going the longer run, keep resistance charms instead of damage charms. Yeah, because you get penalties based on difficulty to your resists, but you probably already know that. It's just good. It's worth mentioning. So those resist charms actually do help mitigate that a lot, especially considering how important resistances are against a lot of enemies. Glacial Spike when struck, Poison Nova on striking. Oh, lovely. So now that we've got that set up, let's go ahead and get Vitality, and we will go one more point into Holy Fire. We're probably getting close to max Holy Fire. Because we're +6, that means we've got 4 more levels into that before it's completely maxed out, and then we can put the rest into Resist Fire. Make our fire aura crazy. Yeah, resist charms are wonderful. I love them. So trade from you. Let's go ahead and fill up. Okay, so we're up to 100 on each of those. We do need to get some keys. I forget who sells keys here. I think it's Lysander. Yeah, you do. There we go. Now we have a stack of 100 keys. We're not going to need mana potions on this, by the way. I don't think any randomizer with, like, fully randomized items will, because there's just so many mana mods that you can get. It's just, you will get some. So we currently have Holy Fire, Holy Light, Holy Shock. If we still had Axe of Fekmar, we would not be able to get the Holy Freeze because it's on a two-handed weapon rather than one-handed. And yes, I always go in the wrong side. I can only imagine... Oh, hey, there's our first set ring. That's either going to be Angelic or Cathin's. Let's see. I think that was Eisenhearts. We already have an Eisenhearts. So let's get through the door. Let's go down. For the most part, I'm not going to waste too much time, like, dilly-dallying with enemies. We are going to kill a few just for experience sake, but for the most part, we're just nuking everything in one hit, so it's not super engaging. It's just power trip mode. We might as well enjoy it while we can, because once we get into Hell difficulty, not going to be quite as much of a power trip mode unless we start getting slightly better items. Because right now, our combo, our setup is good. Our Mercenary doesn't have jack squat yet. Ooh, Trident could be good. Our Mercenary doesn't have jack squat yet. So he's not going to be super impressive. Increased attack speed, faster cast rate, enhanced damage, not bad. Plus 10 meteor crushing blow. Hit causes monster to flee is bad. I think the one he has is still better. And we'll identify that. Plus 1 all skills, enhanced damage. Hey, there's some more of that maximum resists. We're good with that. We should be getting to the point where we can actually use some better stuff as well. So we have 95% poison resist, by the way. Our damage is not quite what we'd want for Hell difficulty damage, but we're in Act 2 normal. We have plenty of opportunities to get more. So let's see what you guys have. Nothing! Okay. They didn't spawn Fire Eye in here. I'm sad. Weirdly enough, my favorite charms are poison charms. Not because they're particularly good, but it's just the idea of having a character that just pokes and then things die has always been interesting to me. That's one of the few reasons I have, like, any love for rogues. For those of you wondering, I am more of a wizard player. I actually prefer illusions, but rogues would be a second. Or rogue-type characters. Because I don't usually play D&D. I played White Wolf back in the day. Oh, and we just got something there. It was a unique. Broadaxe, eh? Gore Shovel, +1 to Fury. We can't use that because we can't transform. You hate Arcane Sanctuary? I don't think it's anybody's favorite place. It's not the worst ever. I still think Maggot Lair is worse as far as, like, enjoyment factor, but I can definitely understand hate for it. Because you have a lot, and I mean a lot, of just wandering around and getting lost. Increased blocking attack rating, lightning damage. It's better than the rare we got, but sure, we'll take it for now. We want another Angelic. Or we want to get up to a level where we can use our unique. And even I, to this day, I have played this game off and on, jeez, I'm trying to think how many years. I'm just doing the math. 21, 22 years? Off and on. Hate it when you can get character lock-on path. I've never actually gotten locked onto a path. All the mana leech rates. Yeah, I can understand that one as well. Especially if you are doing anything that is, like, even remotely mana intensive. In Hell difficulty, they get really bad. Because they'll pretty much just zero anyone's mana in one hit. It can get kind of gross. So let's see.
Hello.
Trade repair, because we're starting to probably run out of durability on stuff. I need to probably be... I don't have any P-gems, so I don't need to worry about that too much. If I start getting some good runes, I will. Oh! Well, you can walk past your summons, but other players blocking the way can get really annoying in here. Or whenever your summons get stuck behind you. That can be really annoying as well. Go for that knockback. Ooh, we got another set amulet. Let's go ahead and check it. I think the last one we got was kind of garbage, though. We have Holy Bolt coming from something as well. I don't even know what we have Holy Bolt coming from. Oh, it's from the Angelic Halo. Okay. And yeah, we prefer Nokazans over that. But yeah, all the narrow paths can get a little bit irritating, especially if you're mercenary reliant or summon reliant. That's another reason why I don't like Maggot Layer either. Well, at least with this, I can wiggle through stuff a little bit better than Maggot Layer. And Maggot Layer, it feels even more claustrophobic. That might just be the aesthetic of it that gets me. So, another level up. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more strength. I'm getting more strength just in case we start getting like some high-level armors that are good because they require a lot more strength. We can't reliably say, oh, I'm only going to need 60 strength for this. Because we can run into things later on that, yeah, require like 160 strength, but might be just amazing and game-breaking. More so than some of these like normal uniques and stuff. That's a Neph rune. Totally not what I wanted in my weapon, so I'm not going to get it. At least we're going through quick. Is this the... Nope, this is a dead end. Just double checking all the stuff. Eld rune. I would like maybe like a Rawl or a Thul. But we can't get Thul this early, so that's not going to happen. What level is that one? 30 requirement for that? Eesh. Thought we had something that was level 24 requirement. Or was it slightly higher? There's something that was 24 requirement. Do we want the Glade? No, our current one is better. Yeah, our current one is better. Replenish life plus 20 is not bad. But,
Blessings to you.
It's literally, we just try to choose the best thing. Just corrupted your Reaper's Toll and got 5 sockets. If it's you, what would I put into it? Ooh. Well, Reaper's Toll, just going by memory here, would be one of the mercenary weapons. I would look up the attack speed breaks and probably put attack speed jewels in there until I hit the breakpoint that I want for the mercenary. And just the rest into damage. Because he's not really going to get too much from other things. And it's frankly a really good weapon just on its own. The other day, I'm trying to remember, I think it was on Reddit that I saw it. The person that got a 6-socket corrupted Bariza on Project Diablo 2 as well. And they just threw a bunch of OMs in there. People are like, why didn't you put increased attack speed on there? Because you don't really need it. You'd need it more for a wind force. Just so you can hit the highest breakpoint on it. The highest breakpoint on a Bariza is still slow as hell. All skills enhance damage. Oh, that'll work for Mercenary for now. Grand Scepter. +2 all skills. Druid skills. Oh, wow. That is a +5 to Sorceress skills Grand Scepter with a bunch of enhanced damage. Has some magic damage on it. The only downside is it has hit causes monsters to flee. We'll try it out for a little bit. I don't think we'd want this in Hell. Because hit causes monster to flee, they might actually survive a hit. I really don't know just off the top of my head what I'd actually want in that. 5-socket Reaper's Toll. Seekers of the Tomb of Talrasha. Okay, identify you. That is actually kind of garbage, but what does it do with that? Cannot be frozen. Nothing there. Adds 1 to Firewall as, like, a partial. I know where it got that from, too. No, we want what we have. We'll find plenty more Silver Dwarves. So let's see. Canyon of the Magi. What's our symbol? It's the Spoy Roll. It's going to be top center. I have a few of these memorized. My brain does not lock on to, like, what is in here. And I don't... Oh, yeah, we got a combat mercenary. I actually did not remember what Wahid was. I just know we got Wahid because the need for Wahid was a thing. And the person I'm saying it about doesn't go by the same name as they did before. It's Treasure Goblin, but... they've changed their name since the need for Wahid thing. So off we go to the left. So what are you... Since you asked, what do you plan on putting into your 5-socket Reaper's Toll? Just out of curiosity. Because I think it would be kind of fun and trolly to put a bunch of cold rainbow facets in there. And go with a holy... Oh, wait. It's not Holy Freeze in Project Diablo 2 anymore. Crap. Hey, Daladon, how's it going? We're here on another randomizer run. Materials might? Yes. I almost have a full Holy Grail. Even just, like, in the replenish thing. My first Teriel's Might was actually back whenever I was... The first long stretch of playing, whenever... After Lord of Destruction, all that came out, of course, because Teriel's Might didn't exist before then. But, yeah. Hit blinds target, faster cast rate, enhanced damage, half freeze duration. It has knockback still. I still think throwing Rawls in there would be better. Oh, for something like that, I would trade for good stuff, by the way. No, it's alright. If you can go to sleep to my random, like, F-bombs and stuff. Well, shit. No. That is fine. I know some people are, like, bothered when people say, I watch your videos to go to sleep. Nah, that's cool. That's chill. That means you're at least enjoying it for something. I wish I could watch videos and go to sleep, but I have a weird thing where it's like, I either get bored and start searching for other things related to what they've mentioned, or I actually go in and get completely invested and end up staying up until 5 in the morning. Zero trade? Well, I 100% understand zero trade because I hate trading. +7 to... Oh, wow. Oh, my. I wish we were a druid now. Because we could have... How much is it? Like, +10 or 15 to druid? Bone Prison Windstruck would not be bad. Although it would get a little bit irritating after a while. All resistances 40% is nice. Maximum poison damage. 3 terror. Such a weird ring. And we've already gotten one of those, I think. And we opted off of it, despite the crushing blow. I think I appreciate the compliment. I have thought about putting filters on it to make it a little bit less harshy, but I'm still working on getting it to keep from peaking on my microphone. Because for some reason lately my microphone's been more sensitive. Even if I turn it down, it still tries to peak, because I think it's actually the microphone itself. So that means I have to move it further away, but I can't because it's on a desk and the shelf just like it bumps into it. You can hear it sometimes whenever I move it. You'll hear that. That's just because I've moved it back as far as it'll go. Do we try the mantled heel? Sure, why not? It's not gonna hurt anything. It might just get irritating. We can mess around with a few things. It's a nice thing about having the drop rates up and having it on players 8 is that we are more likely to see some of these uniques and stuff to kind of mess around with. Of course, I'm also... This is going to be a weird thing. I watch YouTube a decent amount. I usually don't comment because sometimes I get like weird, like, I know you things on there, and it's like we're detracting from the other person's content. I'd much rather somebody say, hey, I saw you on this video on, like, as a reply to one of my videos. That would be a little bit better than just disrupting conversations with other people. But, that's just personal preference. I don't, like, get offended by it. Just awkwardness on my end. In fact, there's very little that honestly offends me. At least in any kind of, like, lingering fashion. But, yeah, I watch a decent amount of YouTube. I find myself not bothered by the differences in voices. There's very few people on YouTube I'm like, your voice makes me angry. And the ones that do, it's usually stuff like annoying orange kind of stuff where it's intentionally annoying. Oh yeah, Rogue AI doesn't offend me. It irritates the living shit out of me. It is like that 5-year-old kid sitting there poking you. Hey, 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 hey. No. Stop. You just kind of want to stick them in the other room. Say, go bug this other relative of yours. Rogue AI is just broke. Actually, it's not just Rogue AI. It's AI, period, in Diablo 2. The AI is just... Holy hell, are they brickish. That is one major change. I would just, like, beg them. Just... You don't even have to change the AI. Just let me tell it to stand still or stay back. Give me at least the control that you have in, Titan Quest. I would totally just tell him, here, run to this corner. Come back and give me the aura in just like a minute or two. Now, if I got like my absolute dream for AI, it would totally be, let me have Gambit system from Final Fantasy 10. No, not 10. Final Fantasy 12. Hard-derp. Sorry about that. Indestructible boots, level 7 Fist of Heavens on striking, 3 druid skills. I think the ones we have are actually better. But that is kind of nice. That'd be fun to play with. And it's Sivrbs. Venom. Okay, does that actually... Oh, we could have actually seen the full Sivrbs set if we would have kept everything. Do you get anything interesting? Not really. I say that and immediately drop it on the ground. I throw it on the ground. You can risk getting AI like the one in Final Fantasy 14 where you have commands of engage, disengage, and I can't remember the last... Oh, you can't... I read that off like it was going to be another command. Sorry. Weirdly enough, I have not... I mean, I have played Final Fantasy 14. I haven't really, like, dug into it. I've only done, like, the free trial. So, yeah, I only got so far in it. Part of me can't justify spending on an MMO like that, but I 100% understand the go for it, and I've never understand the people that like demean others for paying money for something they enjoy. Don't yuck their yums. See, that would have been a decent bow for our bow Amazon. In fact, you know what? Let's give her a second chance. We're level 25 now. We might be able to get like 23 or 24 rogue. We can throw that on her. What level requirement was it? Level 15. Yeah, we can get one to wear that. More rogue AI. Yep.
Hello again, Outlander.
We are gonna hire.
Word of your great exploits in the East has reached
24 is probably the closest we can get to ours. So we have a few options for 24s. Do you want to go Shika Khan, Raisa, or Tylenol? I think we're gonna go for Shika, because yeah, cold is our friend.
I'll put that to good use.
There you go. Now you do damage. You enjoy your life.